Hi, in this video I'm going to tell you how to break any addiction. I'm going to tell you about the 3 steps to stop any addiction and make it also easier for you to quit and to stop this addiction, because right now you are most likely addicted. Oftentimes, all of us, on social media. And so if you want to break the cycle, you got to understand first the cycle of addiction and understand why and the deep root cause of your addiction, and to understand the 3 steps of like the addictive loop that make any behavior addictive. And if you really stick with this, if you really do this, by the way, it's pretty easy to do. It just take you to you apply what you learned in this video. Once you do this, you will not be addicted anymore, right? Once you do this, once you listen also to the things that I'm going to tell you also at the end on how to make it also like a lot easier for you to just stop, everything will be like good for you. Like you won't be addicted anymore to this behavior that you think about right now. Maybe I should not be doing this stuff, right? I do this a lot too, right? I am able to tell you this because I learned about this stuff because I was addicted way too much. I was addicted to video games, social media, a lot of things. Sugar. And I was able to stop this by understanding it and by really knowing what I wanted. And so yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to tell you about this cycle and a lot of other things to help you just stop the addiction. Let's get into it. By the way, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Ivaldi, Sako. I'm the founder of alreadygrowth.com, and here I usually help ambitious entrepreneurs build an empire and really succeed and make their life awesome. Or even like if you're just someone that has an addiction, has any problem that I had, I just tell you about it. I just tell you about the solutions I found for the problems that I have. So yeah, I think it's a great value. If you want to subscribe, welcome. Let's get into it. So I learned this week about the three core things that make a behavior addictive. And I learned it, I think, from the Diary of a CEO podcast, from a man that I forgot the name. He's a psychologist, a professor in psychology or something like this. And he was saying on the podcast that he was talking about casinos and the money machines. And researchers have done some research on a casino that was trying to make more money. And they tried to make the machines more addictive. Do you know how they did that? They used the 3 cycles, and I'm going to tell you the 3 steps of the cycle of addiction. And here are the steps. 1, a valuable reward. 2, unpredictability. 3, ease to repeat. And these are the 3 things. Once in a certain thing, in a certain behavior that you do, if there are these 3 components, well, it's a behavior that is easily, that you become easily addicted to this behavior. And so this is something that you found in the casino machines. People are addicted to gambling. Why? Because there's a great reward. Am I going to make a lot of money? Huh? And this is a great reward, the possibility of making a lot of money. And there's the second thing, the unpredictability. You don't know. Am I not? You have this question in your mind. It's in the back of your mind. You don't really ask yourself this, but unconsciously you know that. Unconsciously, it's almost physiological, right? It's just like you feel that, maybe not. And you have this feeling in the casino machines, and you have this feeling also in other things. I'm going to tell you about it. And also you have the ease to repeat. So all you have to do to play on the machines on the casinos is just like you pull the lever, string, and the machine starts rolling, right? It's just like, this is the cycle. And you know how they tried to make it even more addictive? They just increase those things. So you can increase the reward, you can increase the unpredictability. Well, I don't know if you can do that really for casinos, but in the cycle, you can just increase the unpredictability as well. And you can also increase the ease to repeat. So what they did is, instead of, on some machines, having a lever to pull, they just put a little button that you just can click with your finger, boom, and there you go. It's so easy to do. And you just have to repeat this. And so, because it's so much easier than to pull a lever, a lot more people, the casino made a lot more money on these people. And you find this cycle in a lot of things. For example, snacks and sugary snacks. For example, what makes a great snack is something that is like tastes awesome, right? Like it tastes like really good, like no natural food could taste like. When you eat an apple, it's very rare that you're gonna like this more than, you know, a donut. To be honest, like I would rather like way more eat a donut than eat an apple. Why? Because like it's created for like this dopamine hit that it gives you. It's just like so tasty. And in snacks, for example, when you get a pack of sweets, right? There's different kind of sweets. There's unpredictability. Which one am I going to pick, right? How good is it going to taste? There's variety. And it's easy to eat it, right? If it's a big hard struggle to get sweets, to get snacks, it's going to be less addictive. And so right now you can see how maybe on social media as well, this is the case. Ask yourself, in my addiction, how can I find this cycle? What are the components in the cycle? Okay, how rewarding it is for me to do that. How unpredictable it is. And how easy it is for me to do that again and to repeat it. Because once you repeat something, it becomes a feedback loop. And so the feedback just repeats on itself. And so it becomes even more addictive and more addictive. And the more you stay in this loop, the harder it is to get out. And on social media, it's the same thing. Let's see the cycle in social media. There's a valuable reward. Oh, maybe the next TikTok is going to be very funny. Or maybe it's going to be a YouTube short on very important information, and I'm going to learn something new. Very, very important for me, and it's going to make my business blow up. Well, you don't know. And this is the valuable reward, right? Something really funny, something really awesome to watch. And there's the question behind it that makes it unpredictable. Am I or am I not? This one is not. Okay, this one is not good. This one is not good. And you continue scrolling, and then boom! Wow, that was awesome. And so you continue. Maybe I'm going to hit it again. Maybe, maybe not. You don't know. And it's so easy to repeat, right? You just scroll. Boom, boom, boom. With your finger like this. And it's easy to access the app as well, right? Right now, have you noticed how it's so, like, it used to be a lot harder and longer to download an app on the App Store, on Play Store, Apple Store, right? On all these platforms. It used to be a lot longer. Right now, these companies make it so easy to even download these apps. Sometimes they're even on your phone before you even like download them, right? So it's so much easier to access them. And they make it more rewarding. They increase the dopamine that you get from doing those things. And they use this cycle to just make it even more addictive every time. So if you're trying to break the social media addiction, for example, or any addiction that is basically caused by some company that is making money from this, you don't have the probabilities in your side to actually stop. So you must put them in your side. You must increase the probabilities for you to stop, because these have teams of scientific researchers and people that just work on this like full time. Lots of teams working on this full time because they make money based on that, on how much people stay on these apps, on how much people consume these snacks, on how much people gamble. And if you are fighting against them, you're just alone. You're alone against these teams that are paid millions and millions, and they're just working on that full time. And you want to stop this addiction that just sometimes you don't have the time to spend as much as them, and just you don't have the resources as they do. They control your brain. And so you want to put all of the odds in your favor. I'm going to tell you some things right now to make the odds in your favor. Like, you just using the cycle, put the odds in your favor to stop the addiction and make it easier for you and less painful, because I know how painful it is. Like, your brain itches you to actually you want this reward. Like, you're like an addict, like just like the drug. It's the same thing, right? I didn't talk about this because it's not something that I struggled with, but for alcohol and drug, it's the same exact thing. It's the same process. For alcohol or for drug, there's a valuable reward, right? And the valuable reward, what could it be? For alcohol, sometimes the reward is not only like you feel good, it's the decrease of usual pain. So sometimes you're running from something, right? And because you're running from something, this causes an addiction. So this is one of the additional tips for you to stop the addiction. You must first, to solve any problem, the first thing you must do is figure out the root cause of this problem. Ask yourself multiple times why you're doing this. Why? What is it for you to gain? What are you running from? What are you trying to escape? For me, at one point, I was addicted to movies and TV shows. I was really addicted to that. I was watching like 2 movies a day at one point. This was crazy. I think it was during COVID that I just reached this level. And this addiction was just because I was running from a pain. It was distracting me. It was like, okay, now I can breathe. And honestly, it's still this way for me. Like, movies are an escape. And sometimes it's good to have one, but not let it just become an addiction. And when I was addicted to movies, guess what? I had Netflix, right? And Netflix makes money from me watching as much as possible and staying subscribed to them as long as possible. And so the way I stopped this addiction was to figure out, okay, what am I running from? I'm running from all this work that I need to do. I'm running from my feeling of I'm not good enough to actually do all the work that I need to do right now. I feel overwhelmed, right? You feel there's too many things I need to do, or I don't know what to do, and you go on social media and you scroll. To me, I went on Netflix and watched a movie. Oh my God, I forget about all my problems. You forget about the pain. And that's the reward for you. When you drink alcohol, you forget about, there's no problems anymore, right? It's an out. And so you must confront this problem. You must define exactly what are you running from and find a way to not need to run from it anymore. So this is the first thing. Understand the root cause of the addiction. What are you running from? What is the valuable thing you're after? And understand how the cycle works. What is the valuable reward you're looking after, right? You're waiting for? What is the unpredictability in this, right? Oops, I moved the mic. And how easy it is for you to repeat it. Understand, okay, what are those 3 components in my addiction? After that, you can try to make it so that these 3 things are reduced as much as possible. For example, the valuable reward. Decrease the valuable reward that you get from this. For example, on social media, what could you do to reduce the valuable reward that you get from it? Control your algorithm, right? The algorithm, you can control the way you want to. And so you can basically scroll, see something that you, oh my, like this is awesome. And just click on the 3 dots or the little settings option and not recommend anymore, right? I don't want to see this anymore. Click on this button so that the algorithm won't show you that anymore. So the reward, when you will go on it again, will be a lot less. When you see something that you don't like, click like and comment and watch it until the end so that the algorithm thinks he likes this. And so he's going to show you more of this. And so this way you reduce as much as possible the reward you get from social media. You can reduce the reward of sugar and alcohol by doing something else, right? Because you can't really, like, you consume alcohol, it's going to be the same reward, except if you do something mentally, because this is a mental thing that you need to do. You need to shift the way you think about it. You need to increase the awareness that you have on what are the consequences of this reward that I'm getting. Becoming aware that your life is just being thrown away right now. Becoming aware of the pain that you're causing your future self, that you just like increase the availability of this memory of you at the end when you're in pain because of this reward, right? Increase the, like, just repeat this in your mind, the pain. And then you associate pain with this reward. And so it becomes less rewarding in your mind. Okay, every time I just drink, you feel pain. Or sometimes you can even not do that, but change the way you think about it. Get more information, for example, on sugar and see what it's actually doing to your body. And get proof, change your belief about it. Because maybe you believe it's okay to eat sugar. And so if you believe it's okay to eat sugar, this is a great reward to eat sugar. But if you don't believe it's okay, you feel like there's no reward. You feel like the downsides of eating sugar are way much more than the reward. And you remember, okay, every time I eat sugar, I feel bad. I feel really bad. My head is hurting. I feel tired. I feel lethargic. And I feel bad about myself by letting go of my discipline as well. So you just increase this memory in your mind. You repeat in your mind. You visualize. Okay, every time I eat sugar, boom, I feel bad. Sugar bad. Sugar bad. Sugar bad. And you make this association. At one point, you're not going to see this much reward when you eat sugar, or when you drink alcohol, when you do drugs, whatever it is. When you go on social media, you see, your life is fading away. You're wasting time. Yesterday, I was with a friend that had this problem. This is why I had this idea of making this video. Yesterday, a friend of mine was telling me about how, like, he doesn't know what to do with his life. And he's thinking about becoming a personal trainer. I was a personal trainer as well. And so I was telling him, well, you can, he was also putting a lot of limited beliefs around it. Like he needed a lot. He absolutely needed to have a diploma. He needed to be officially skilled and everything. And I told him, like, come on, like, no one asked for my diploma. No one asked for my degree. No one asked for any of my credentials. They just needed to see proof that, okay, I can actually deliver on my promises. And you're, like, jacked. So you have proof that you can do it for you. All you need to do is just train some people for free and, start making money. Selling. This is all you need. Anyway, this was a side tangent. He had a problem because he didn't know quite what to do, right? He wasn't completely sure to become a personal trainer, but he had a problem is that he spends 5 hours a day on social media. He told me this. Like, honestly, I was thinking, why aren't you doing anything? And he was like, honestly, like, it's social media. Like, to me, it's just like, I struggle with that. And so I told him, like, this, like, you got to stop this, right? And you know it. Why aren't you? And I tried to help him figure out the root cause. And at one point I told him, I told him exactly what I told you right now. And I also told him to become aware of the time that he's wasting. I told him, like, let's see, you're spending 5 hours a day on social media. 5 times 7, that's 35. 35 times 4, that's 140 hours a month on social media. And this is completely a waste of time. He gets no real actual reward, no true, like, his life is absolutely not better because of this, right? And he spends 140 hours a month. Just imagine over the course of a year, right? I told him, you have 140 hours to spare for social media every day, every month. And he realized, like, oh, well, that's a lot. I was like, no, it's not a lot. It's unacceptable. Like, 140 hours, like, if you just became a personal trainer right now, you could, like, if you just have, like, very low rates right now, you could be paid $20 an hour, right? $20 an hour times 140 hours. How much money are you wasting? You're wasting $2,800 a month just because of social media. Is it worth it? Like, is the reward worth $2,800? He was like, yeah, it's absolutely not. No. It's like, definitely not. And he realized it and went, okay. And just imagine this over the course of a year. And imagine if you spend this time just working as a personal trainer and increasing your rate and getting paid $50 an hour. I was paid $50 an hour. It's not a big deal. And you could be wasting right now $5,000 per month. Even maybe more. And over the course of a year, you're spending like $100K per year on social media. Like, for certain people, it's actually the case. Ask yourself, what is the actual consequence? What am I wasting right now doing this? Like, you're wasting your life. And the time that you spend, every single minute that you spend doing this, is just a wasted time that you can never get back. It's a wasted minute it's never going to come back. It's important. Your life has value. You can actually help a lot of people. You can help your family. You can change people's lives. And you're spending it on social media. You know what? Right now, when I go on social media, when I scroll a little bit on social media, like barely a minute or two on social media, I get disgusted myself. What are you doing, Ivaldi? What are you doing? Is this worth your time? Are you helping someone right now? Was it worth it? Was it worth it, like, just throwing your life away right now? Or just have the possibility of throwing your life away because you could become more addicted, because just the fact of going on it increases your chances of falling into this addiction again. And so this is one of the most important things. Every single day I remind myself of this. Never say to yourself just a little bit more. Never. Because once you say this, you open the path, you open the possibility to become addicted again. And you don't want this possibility, even this tiny possibility. You tell yourself, okay, just a little bit more, just one more donut, just one little snack more. It's not going to hurt, right? And next thing you know where you are, right? And so you don't want to have this possibility. You need to raise your standard to a certain level that this is not what I do. This is not my identity. I don't do this. And if sometimes you fall short on this, tell yourself, that's weird, Ivaldi. That's weird. I'm not used to do that. This is not like you. And you separate yourself from this behavior. Don't associate yourself with being an addict, right? Don't tell yourself, I am an addict, this is who I am, and this is my identity. No. You can't say that. This is what I do. He said that, my friend yesterday, he was like saying, I'm just a piece of shit. I'm just worth nothing. I have no discipline. Don't say that. Dissociate yourself from this behavior. This is not you. This is weird. This is something that you're not used to do. Now, of course, you can't really lie to yourself. So if you keep doing this, somehow you're going to think, okay, this is kind of what I usually do. But don't accept it anymore. Raise your standard, just decide. This is not what I want for my life. What I want from my life is this and nothing less. And if I want this, I must behave like this. And so, I won't accept spending even 10 minutes on social media. I won't accept that. It's unacceptable. I won't accept, like honestly, for me, I don't go on social media ever. Up until, even like I don't check my messages, my personal messages, up until Friday. Like from Monday to Friday, I don't check it. I check it Friday night, right? Just in case someone wants to hang out, maybe Saturday, if I can have a little bit of a social life, that's it. Now, of course, I'm extreme. You don't have to go to this level of extremity, right? You can just tell yourself, okay, I don't accept wasting my life with this addiction. And you raise your standard. And you shift your identity. I've surely made a podcast on this, a video podcast on this on my channel. You can go watch something to shift your identity. Try and decide. This is not me. This is who I want to be. The type of person I want to be does not do this. So I don't do this. And so you must understand the root cause of your addiction and do all these things I just told you about. And also, another thing to make it a lot easier for you to do, to increase your chances to stop the addiction, is to control your environment. I'm going to tell you first, but when I told you about how to decrease the value, right? There's value, there's unpredictability, there's ease to repeat. And so right now you know how to reduce the value that you get from this addictive behavior. Right now, we must prevent it to be unpredictable. We must create certainty around it, because this is the opposite of unpredictability. It's predictability. You want to predict. You want to know that this is going to happen. You know. And you actually know. You know that every time you do this behavior, this happens. Every time you eat a little bit of sugar, boom, this happens. You feel bad, you feel lethargic, and so you decrease the unpredictability. Every time you scroll on social media, this is what happens. So you shift your focus from the unpredictability of the actual action. So you don't know what exact video is going to come next, but you focus on the certainty of what is going to happen at the end of your behavior, of your scrolling, of your addiction. At the end of this, you know you always feel bad. You always feel bad about yourself. And so you are certain about this. And you create this certainty and you focus on it. Because once you focus on this, the unpredictability of the behavior actually, it just decreases so much it doesn't matter. And so you must erase the unpredictability. And the third thing is that you need to erase and eliminate the ease to repeat it. And so to do that, you can control your environment. You add friction. This is one of the most powerful things that you can do. Control your environment. If you have alcohol laying around in your house, of course you're going to be tempted to, and you're going to think about it, you're going to be tempted to actually drink. You have sugar around you, you're going to eat the sugar, right? Even though personally, I don't, right? I'm above that. Right now I'm above it, right? I used to not be, right? But once you get to a certain level, you can just have the thing and be so certain, know exactly why you don't want to touch this, right? Have the reward decreased so much that it can be just in front of you, and you won't say no, thank you, I'm good. This is not me. I don't do this. I don't eat sugar. This is not me. I don't see any value of this. I don't want that. And so it's a lot easier to not behave in the first place, to not take the first little action to eat sugar, than to stop. Because once I've eaten a little bit of sugar, which I think I'm going to do tonight, because there's a certain level of there's balance to have, right, in a long time horizon, right? So it's been a long time. It's been a couple of months. I've not eaten nothing but meat and rice and almonds, and this is just my diet, right? This is a specific diet just because I have some health issues and I'm trying to fix it. Anyway, tonight I'm going to allow myself, but if it's going to be, and I'm going to allow myself at the end of the day, so I cannot repeat it too much time. And after this, I will have a night of sleep, and I will have kind of resetted my brain will have reset, my dopamine receptors will have resetted. So I'm much less likely to become addicted again. Anyway, it's much easier for you to not eat a little bit of sugar than to stop once you've eaten them. So you must erase the reward. If you can, just reduce it at first, and then it will be just completely erased, right? There's no reward to this. Nothing. You don't like it. Number 2, unpredictability. I'm repeating this till it just enters your brain, right? It just remind yourself of this. Like, you could actually watch this video every single week, to be honest with you, just to remind yourself of trying to do this, and ask yourself, okay, how could I improve this time? How could I make the cycle less powerful on me? How could I break the power of this cycle that I have in my life right now? So, you now erased unpredictability. You are certain of the result. You remind yourself, okay, every time I do this, this happens, and you're certain. You don't have this. You forget the unpredictability of the action, and you control your environment. You make it extremely hard for you to get access to this. If you're addicted to drugs, don't have any friend. Don't hang around people that do drugs. I have friends that do drugs, and they all do drugs together. Like I don't have any friends that do drugs alone. Like, everyone that does this type of behavior with people. It's a social behavior, and well, not everyone, but like, if you are hanging out with people that do, you are much more likely to do the same things, because it's like there's a suggestion in your environment. People are going to talk about this, and this is going to be top of mind in your head, and you're going to have this possibility. You're going to think about it, and so you're much more likely to act on it. So what you want is to erase any source of possible addiction in your environment. You have sugar in your fridge, throw it out. Don't have this sunk cost fallacy that, oh, it's going to, like, I've already paid for this, so I might as well eat it. No, you might as well just throw it out, because it's just bad. It's not because you made already a bad decision before that you should do a bad decision for your future, right? So, the way to control your environment is just to, even like, for example, if you watch a TV show, and in this TV show, they show people eating sugar, it's going to be top of mind in your mind. It's going to make you think about this. Sorry for the mic. It's going to make you think about this. And so it's going to make you more likely to fall into this behavior. Make it harder for you to access anything. Make it harder for you on your phone. On your phone you can hide apps, right? If you don't have the ability right now to delete the app, which would be the best thing to do, delete the app and don't care about anyone tell you anything. Send a message to all your friends, make a post. I'm quitting social media for 30 days. If you want to join me on my number. That's it. And that's the only way people can join you right now. If you want to contact me, that's it. My email, my number. That's it. And so, you just delete it. If you really can't delete it, like my friend yesterday, he was not able to delete it. So I was like, okay, we need to decrease the reward that you will get from it, because you're obviously going to go on it. You're now ready for, like, to completely quit right now. Even if I think you could quit hard. Now he chose to quit small bit by bit. And so if you want to do this bit by bit, you can, for example, reduce the reward by putting your phone on black and white mode. Putting your phone on black and white. My phone is always in black and white. I'm talking always. Except if really I must, like, see a color on my phone because, for example, I'm shopping on my phone, right? I'm going on Amazon. I need to see the color of the product I'm getting. That's the only time that I will just, okay, put it real quick in color, and then I will change it back in black and white, because I don't want to when I go on social media, when I use my phone, even just using my phone, I don't want to have a lot of dopamine, a lot of reward, because a lot of reward that comes from social media comes from the colors. The colors are vibrant and they give you a lot of like dopamine. Maybe because when we were, hunters and we wanted to see this apple, like this bright red, to be able to catch it, right? Or we maybe wanted to see the danger coming. And if there was like a bright color, maybe there was danger. I don't know. I'm not sure about this theory. But the point is that you need to reduce the reward. And black and white mode is an insane tool. Because you could basically just go on social media, just make it less fun, like this. And the less time you spend on your phone, the better you are. So put your phone on black and white, like right now. You could just do it right now. Why not? Oh, but I need it's not enjoyable. I didn't pay for this phone this much money for. Like, I had a cousin of mine say this. Like, I didn't pay this much money on my phone to. Like, I had the latest iPhone and I can't enjoy it. Well, would you rather enjoy your phone or enjoy your life? Would you rather achieve your goals or enjoy your phone? I would rather, even my phone is great. Like, I could have a lot of fun on my phone. I'm not saying I'm not saying that you need to do this every single day of your life. I'm saying the majority of the days of your life, put your phone on black and white. Don't see colors on your phone. It's not a requirement, right? You can do a lot of things that would be fun that are not on your phone. And so control your environment. This is a way to control your environment. And you can also hide the apps on your phone. You could just make it harder on your phone to go on the app. For example, on an Android phone, you can mask, just like make the app invisible. And so you need to go in the settings and look for the app, like actually type the name of the app and then go in the settings of the app and then open it. And so it creates like 4 or 5 friction steps to access the app. And so if you really don't want to delete them completely, do this. Make it harder for you to access the apps. And also put it in black and white mode. That will make it a lot easier. Don't have sugar, don't have alcohol around you. Don't. But the most important thing is that at one point you want to be able to have it around you and not even fall short. But at the beginning, you're not that strong, right? At the beginning, the reward in your mind is pretty high. At the beginning, your memory of the reward is high. So the more time you spend not doing and not thinking about this, the less the reward in your mind will be high. And so the less tempting it is going to be. And the more likely you're going to be able to not engage in this behavior. So I told you about understanding the root cause, controlling your environment, and also be open-minded and humble to learn and take advice from others, and not letting your ego in the way. This is hard to see how this could, basically, if your ego is up and you just think, I know better than me, like right now, you're asking yourself, I know better than this guy, why is he telling me about how to stop an addiction? I know better than you. Just having this ego and this thought that you're better than anyone else. I know this because I just have this. I had this before. For example, I was taking a course on business, and I was going on social. I was going on actually applying what I learned, and I stopped midway because I was like, I know all about this later, right? So I didn't follow the exact step by step that the course was giving me, and guess what? I wasted so much time, and I ended up coming back on the course, and only at this time actually listening and being humble enough to listen and think that this person may know more than me. And then I was able to change my behavior. I was able to actually progress on my goal. So don't let your ego in the way of actually doing what you want to do. Be willing to learn from anyone. And don't think yourself you're ahead, you're above someone, because you might just have a lot to learn from someone. this is a bias, for example, that you could have. Maybe you started watching this video, and a lot of people have stopped watching this video because of this. They saw me and they didn't like the way I looked. They didn't like the way I sound. They didn't like the way I speak. And because of this, they let this bias of, okay, I don't like you, I don't trust you, I don't want to listen to you. They let this bias prevent them from getting this information. And I promise you, this information, if you just apply it, it will change your life. It will allow you to not be addicted anymore to anything. And so I remember this ego thing, this ego like that prevents you from doing what you want to do. Because I realized one morning, just waking up, I realized I was seeing this guy in the health industry on YouTube. I was seeing this thumbnails of him a lot of times, and I just didn't like the way he looks. I don't like the way he looks. And one time I think I clicked on the video just to like, how does he talk, right? And I didn't like it either. And so up until now, I never watched a single podcast. I never listened to a single podcast of him, while he might have a good deal of things to teach me, right? He could have a lot of information because he's trying to basically live forever, or become younger in some way. And so I'm like, this is BS. I don't like the way he looks. I don't trust him. I don't like the way he speaks. I didn't listen to anything he had to say. And so I prevented myself. I was basically in my own way from like, I prevented myself from possibly learning something that would help me a lot in my health. I could possibly come across an information that could completely heal me from anything, that all the health issues that I have. And so I just didn't do this because my ego was up, and I let this bias of, I don't like the way he looks, so I'm not going to listen to you. Be humble and be willing to not let your first judgment on something be this bias that prevents you from getting to your goals, stopping being addicted to something. After that, there's also, I think that one of the best ways to stop anything that you are addicted to is just having a clear goal, knowing what you want. When you know what you want, it makes everything else easier. When you know where you want to be, how you have a vision for your life, you have a goal, a clear goal, so you have a direction. If you don't have any direction, if you're uncertain on what you want to do, it's going to be very hard to have the desire to stop doing something that you know is bad, but you don't have nothing else better to do. You don't have a clear direction, and so you're going in the direction that is not necessarily the good one, and you're just going around in circles. And so you must have a goal. Define a goal. And having a goal is better than not having one. Even an imperfect goal, even a goal that is not the perfect one that you want for the rest of your life, just have a goal for the next 30 days, right? This is already good. It gives you direction. It gives you a purpose and a reason why to stop. If you don't have a real strong reason why to stop the addiction, first of all, I don't think you would be watching this video. But if you do have a very strong reason why to do something, for example, you want to stop your addiction because it hurts your family, right? It hurts your marriage. It hurts your body physically. You feel the pain physically of what it does to you. Then you have a strong reason why to stop. And then you're going to actually apply all the things that I talked about in this video to actually stop. And get busy. All right? You have a goal, just get busy. Because oftentimes we fall into the addiction when we just don't have nothing else better to do. Well, I don't have nothing else better to do, I'm going to go scroll on social media. But if you have a plan, if you know what you need to do right now, you'll more likely do this instead of just wandering around, being distracted, and let me open up social media. Let me see what's up with Susie. Don't let yourself be bored, right? Don't let yourself have nothing to do. If you have this free time, you will fall into the addiction again. I think it's even the case for me. Like, honestly, if I have nothing to do, if I don't have a goal anymore, I will just go watch movies. I would be all day either in the theater or on Netflix. I will go on social media again, right? I'm just going to spend all day doing nothing because I don't have nothing to do better than that. Be busy. Even if you're not productive, like, honestly, just be busy to help you just stop the addiction. And the next thing is to journal. I journal every day. And this allows you to just put your thoughts on paper and notice, become aware of how you think and see trends in your behavior, right? Today I did this and I started going on social media at this point, at this time. And what I was thinking about right before I started going on social media, I was like, I need to do all these things, right? So I was procrastinating on my work and then I went on social media. Now you have a trend. And now you can see, if you do this every day, you can see patterns in your behavior that helps you just next time become aware of this. And once you just start thinking about doing this behavior again, or just notice that I'm behaving again this way because you're aware, and you notice this, the trend and the pattern that you have, you can stop it. And you can stop it a lot easier than if you don't notice it. And so journaling is a great tool for that. Just put your thoughts on paper, on your phone. If you're addicted to your phone, don't do this on your phone, right? But if you, like me, I'm not addicted anymore. I can not go on social media ever because I don't have the apps. Actually, I don't have Instagram, I don't have TikTok, I don't have Snapchat, I don't have anything on my phone, right? The only thing I have is WhatsApp. And even WhatsApp has a lot of friction for me to get to, right? I've put a lot of friction to send in messages and be distracted by people. And my phone is on airplane mode in the morning to not be distracted and just be doing my deep work. So I put a lot of friction. I also put yourself rules. One rule that allows me to not be distracted at night is to not use my phone. I'm not allowed to use the internet after 8 p.m. I can't. This is a rule. I've written that on paper. This is a rule. This is what I follow. And because I said this, I must follow through my word. Because I know what happens when I don't follow through my word. I feel like crap. So, rules. One rule could be to put on your phone, actually. You could put on your phone a maximum amount of time to go on Instagram. 10 minutes maximum, right? Every day. Now, for my friend yesterday, I told him that, and he was like, oh, no, this is not enough. I need a lot more. Because he spends 5 hours on social media, he must spend at least 20-30 minutes on each apps. I don't know, but put yourself a rule. I'm not going to go on there more than this. And you decrease this way. These all the things I told you about after the 3 cycle of addiction. You can just basically use them to just attack the cycle, right? To attack the reward that it gets you. To reduce it as much as possible. To reduce the ease to access it as well with the environment, right? And all these things are just these are all things that just work together. And when you put them all to use, these are all weapons to kill your addiction. And when you use all these weapons, you're just certain to kill it for good. Especially after once you did that for a lot of time and you become this new person and you have this new identity of this. I don't do this. I don't do this. It's not me. Once you get to this point, you have you're done with this addiction. But don't get caught up in don't get cocky and don't let your ego make you think you're invincible, because you're not. If you fall again, if you just take a little bit of step into it, you might fall again. So be aware when you do. And that's pretty much it. If you like this episode, I think you'll like a lot of other podcasts that I have for you. You could subscribe on here if you are an ambitious entrepreneur, if you want to grow in your life. I think it will be a great use of your time. And please, put this to use. Go on your phone right now, put your phone on black and white. I think anyone should do it. Honestly, it's just like more classy. Like, all these colors make it like a kid tool. Just if it's black and white, it's like more classy. So you can frame things in a way that makes you view the thing in a better lens, and so you can replace also your behavior. Like every time that you go on social media, instead of going on social media, you're going to do something. Go do push-ups instead of going on social media. Every time you want to eat sugar, you must go for a run. And so you increase you basically just apply the 3 cycle steps that I talked to you about to actually like get to your goals and not be addicted anymore. If you like this podcast, like and share it with someone that like it could help, right? See you in another episode, in another video. Bye.